Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving into Telcoin today.
Telcoin.
Yeah, it's a cryptocurrency,
Okay.
and it's basically all about making sending money around the world easier.
Okay. Easier than like what?
Easier than like using traditional banks or services like Western Union, especially for people who maybe don't even have a bank account.
Ah,
And we've
interesting.
got a ton of articles and research here to help us break it all down.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So even if you're totally new to the crypto world, we're going to make it easy to understand.
Awesome.
All right, so first things first, let's get this out of the way. What exactly is Telcoin?
So at its core, Telcoin is like Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's digital money, a cryptocurrency,
Okay.
but it has a specific focus. It's all about making sending money across borders much cheaper and easier.
Cheaper and easier. Okay.
Especially for people who primarily use their mobile phones for, all their financial transactions.
So instead of using like Western Union or something, you're saying you can just use Telcoin.
Exactly. Let's say you want to send money to family overseas.
Right.
With Telcoin, you could theoretically do it instantly right from your phone and for way less than those traditional methods.
Hmm.
And the best part, you don't even necessarily need a bank account.
Really? So people without bank accounts can actually use this.
Yeah. That's kind of the beauty of it. See, Telcoin partners with these mobile money platforms,
Okay.
which are already super popular in parts of the world where, well, traditional banking is not as common.
Yeah.
With these platforms, people can use their phones for like everything, like paying bills, buying groceries, sending money to friends and family,
Wow.
all without bank account. And Telcoin integrates directly with these platforms.
Yep.
So it's super simple to send money across borders using, their cryptocurrency.
So it's kind of like Venmo, but for international transfers.
That's actually a great way to think about it.
Okay.
And because Telcoin cuts out a lot of those middlemen that are usually involved in traditional money transfers,
Yeah.
they can offer much lower fees, sometimes even 10 times lower than services like Western Union.
Wow, that's a huge difference. Okay, so how does this Telcoin system actually work? What makes it tick?
Right, so at the heart of it all is something called a token.
A token.
Yeah, think of it like a digital coin. It represents value within the Telcoin system.
Okay.
This token is called TEL, and it's used for, well, a bunch of things.
Oh, okay.
You can use it to make payments directly on the Telcoin platform.
Just like using a debit card or something.
Exactly, but it goes beyond just payments.
Oh,
TEL is also used to pay fees when you're trading on the Telcoin exchange.
like a commission?
Yeah, sort of. It helps keep the exchange running smoothly.
Gotcha.
Plus, you need TEL to cover what are called gas fees.
Gas fees.
Yeah, those are basically tiny fees for processing those transactions on the Telcoin blockchain.
The blockchain.
Think of it like paying a small toll to make sure your transaction goes through securely and quickly.
So TEL is like a multi-purpose token that kind of keeps the whole Telcoin system running smoothly.
You got it.
But how do you even get your hands on some of this TEL in the first place?
You buy it
Oh, okay, so like where?
on something called a cryptocurrency exchange. It's like a digital marketplace where you buy and sell all sorts of different cryptocurrencies.
So it's like an online store, but for cryptocurrency, where do you find these exchanges?
There are a ton of them out there, but some are definitely more beginner-friendly than others.
Right.
If you're just starting out, I'd recommend checking out what are called centralized exchanges,
Okay.
like KuCoin, Bitrue, or Phemex.
KuCoin, Bitrue, Phemex.
Yeah, those are kind of like the big online retailers of the crypto world.
Right, so you find an exchange, you create an account, and then you can start buying TEL.
Right.
Is it kind of like buying stocks?
It's similar. You can deposit regular money, like US dollars,
Okay.
and use that to buy TEL directly.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might need to buy a more, how do I say this, like a more well-known cryptocurrency first.
Like Bitcoin.
Yeah, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then trade that for TEL. It just depends on the specific exchange you choose.
It's kind of like, I don't know, exchanging currency at the airport.
Yeah, except it's all online.
Okay, so let's say I've bought some TEL. Where do I keep it safe?
Well, leaving it on the exchange isn't really the best idea.
Oh, why not?
Exchanges are generally secure, but they are online platforms.
Yeah, true.
And they could, potentially be vulnerable to hacking.
Right.
So it's much safer to store your TEL in a digital wallet.
What's a digital wallet?
It's basically like a digital version of your regular wallet, but for cryptocurrency. Think of it as a secure vault for your digital assets.
Okay, so it's where I keep my TEL safe and secure. Got it. So we've covered what Telcoin is, how it works, and how to buy it. It's starting to make sense now. What's next in our Telcoin journey?
Let's dive into how Telcoin is being used out there in the real world. This is where it gets really interesting. Remember how we talked about Telcoin's goal?
Yeah, helping people without bank accounts send money easier.
Exactly. Financial inclusion, they call it.
Right. Ambitious?
Yeah. Well, they're actually, putting it into practice.
Oh, really? How so?
They're partnering up with mobile money platforms.
Mobile money platforms. Those are those services that let people use their phones like a bank account.
Precisely. They're super popular in places where traditional banking isn't so widespread.
Right, right.
Think about it. Pay bills, buy groceries, send money to family, all from your phone.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is, and that's where Telcoin comes in.
Okay, how so?
They're integrating directly with these platforms so people can use TEL, their cryptocurrency, to send money internationally.
So like right from their phone. They don't need to go to like a Western Union or anything?
Nope, just use the app. Plus, remember, lower fees.
Right, right.
Big deal for folks sending smaller amounts regularly, like remittances.
So this is actually like making a difference in people's lives.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just some, abstract technology.
Right, right.
It's part of a bigger trend, actually.
Oh,
Mobile payments are becoming more and more popular everywhere.
yeah, makes sense. Like Apple Pay, Google Pay.
Exactly, changing how we use money every day.
I hardly ever use cash anymore.
Me neither, and as smartphones get even more common, I think we'll only see it grow.
Yeah, probably.
And Telcoin, well, they're positioning themselves to be a major player in all this, especially those cross-border payments.
Okay, so mobile money, got it. But you mentioned earlier, Telcoin is built on Ethereum.
Oh, yeah.
What does that even mean, and why is it important?
Good question. So Ethereum is like a giant global computer network, and it lets developers build, decentralized applications,
Hmm.
including cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
So Telcoin being built on Ethereum means they're using its infrastructure to power their platform.
So like building a house on a solid foundation.
Perfect analogy. Ethereum is known for being secure and reliable, which is, important.
Yeah, for sure.
So Telcoin has a good starting point. Plus, Tel can interact with other stuff on Ethereum, like other apps and tokens.
Like being part of a, I don't know, a bigger network.
Exactly. We also talked about liquidity mining a bit ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah. What was that again?
Well, it lets users participate in the Telcoin exchange
Participate how?
and earn rewards. You essentially lend your Tel to the exchange to help with trades.
So like being a mini banker for the Telcoin exchange.
Kind of. You add liquidity to the market, make it easier to buy and sell TEL.
Hmm.
In return, you earn some of the trading fees,
Oh, cool.
sometimes even extra TEL tokens.
So I could potentially earn like passive income with Mathal?
Yeah, potentially. But like any investment, there's risk.
Right.
TEL's value can go up or down, just like other cryptocurrencies.
Mm-hmm.
And the rewards for liquidity mining, well, they depend on a bunch of things.
So not a guaranteed get-rich-quick scheme.
Definitely not. Always do your research.
Good advice. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose.
For sure. So we've talked about how Telcoin works, how people use it, even how you might earn some TEL.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in, but where does all this fit in the bigger picture? Like, what's Telcoin's future? Feels like Telcoin is really trying to change things up in finance,
Yeah, for sure. Especially for those who haven't really had access to traditional banking.
Right, exactly. And that makes me think, what happens if, like,
What happens
if governments start making their own digital currencies?
Oh, yeah, those CBDCs, central bank digital currencies?
Right, yeah, CBDCs. I've heard about those. So,
Some countries are already testing them out.
huh,
It's basically like a digital version of their regular money,
but controlled by the government.
Exactly.
So then what happens to a system like Telcoin,
Yeah.
which is all about, being decentralized?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Adds a whole other layer to this digital money world.
For sure.
Would people rather have the stability of a government-backed thing,
Mm.
or would they want the independence of something like Telcoin?
It's like choosing between a big bank,
Yeah,
and a small fintech startup.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah. No easy answers then, huh?
Not right now, no.
But that's what makes all this so exciting, right?
Yes,
There's just so much potential for things to change and new ideas.
so much potential.
Well, this has been a super informative look at Telcoin.
We covered a lot.
Yeah, we started with the basics, like what is Telcoin?
How it works.
Right. Then we look at how people are actually using it out there in the world.
Especially for sending money across borders.
Mm-hmm. And then we even got into some of the bigger questions facing, well, the future of finance.
Yeah, the CBCCs we talked about.
Right. And the role of these decentralized systems like Telcoin.
A wild ride for sure.
It really has been so for anyone out there who's like curious about Telcoin.
Or just cryptocurrency in general.
Yeah, keep learning.
Do you own research? Check out the different platforms. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Exactly. The world of crypto, it's always changing, so stay curious.
Keep those brains engaged.
And maybe we'll see you back here soon for another deep dive into the world of digital money.
The future of finance.
Until then, happy exploring, everyone.